The first of which is Dans l'immense tristesse, and that translates roughly to In an Immense Sadness. Now, this was composed 3 years after the Grand Prix de Rome competition and 2 years before Lili Boulanger's death. Because of her constant ill health at the time, she seemed to be drawn to texts that had an element of bittersweet sadness to them, which you will hear very obviously in this piece. She stumbled across this text by accident. It had been written by a woman who had raised 3 children and published a poetry book, all while being blind, deaf, and mute. This woman, Mademoiselle Galeron de Calon, was introduced to Lili through a mutual friend. This tragic text, which speaks of a woman walking through a quiet cemetery, coming to a stop at the headstone of her child. Though the chromatic veil that the piano creates, you'll be able to hear a few notes of a distinct French lullaby as the woman sings her child to rest. Now, I don't have translations for you out on paper, but I can give you an idiomatic translation, a poetic translation of this piece before we start. In the immense sadness and heavy silence, a footstep is heard, a form advances and then leans over a humble tomb. O woman, what do you seek in this holy place? Why have you come to trouble the peace of the seminary? Have you some trouble, some treasure hidden beneath a stone? Or have you come to beg, poor living woman, a little response from the dead in the shade of their tombs? No, none of that leads you to this place. The moon at this moment lights the scene. And what this woman, alas, the heart breaks, what this woman seeks is a frail and graceful child who sleeps on this tomb and who in his imagination, since he saw his mother vanish there, sweet creature, supposes with naive hope that she is only concealed and he will see her. You would think a nocturnal secret vision that when the child feels his head lolling and when his little soul is tired of groaning, his mother returns to sing him asleep.
Tout
Next, we will hear Attente from the same collection. This one was composed in 1910, so this one, unlike Dans les Monts et Tristesse, was composed before she ever entered the Grand Prix de Rome. The English translation of the title of this one is Expectation or Waiting. Like the works of Debussy and her older sister Nadia, in the song, Lili takes the introspective text of the song and dresses it with her own impressions, her own colors. And the translation for this one is, "My soul has folded its strange hands on the horizon of my gaze. Satisfy my scattered dreams between the lips of your angels. Waiting beneath my weary eyes, mouth open in prayer, extinguished behind my eyelids, whose lilies never open. My soul brings peace to the depth of my dreams, its breast bared beneath my lashes, and its eyes blink at the perils awakened through the thread of lies."
Sentiments étranges à l'horizon que mes regards exaucent mes rêves épars entre les livres de vos anges. En attendant sous mes yeux noirs, sa bouche ouverte au prière.
The third of these four pieces is called Reflets. This one was also composed in 1910. And like Attente, this text was written by the poet Maurice Maeterlinck. Maeterlinck was a lawyer from Belgium whose later poems, which he wrote in both Flemish and French, would go hand in hand with Boulanger's symbolist tendencies. And like Debussy, Boulanger felt her compositions aligned more with symbolism than Impressionism, though that's the movement with which they're both most associated. Now, Reflets translates roughly to reflections, and the text for the song reads, "Beneath the water of the dream that rises, my soul is afraid, my soul is afraid. And the moon shines into my heart that is bathed in the dream's source. Beneath the sad tedium of the reeds, only the deep reflection of things, of lilies, palms, and roses, still weep on the water's bed. One by one the flowers shed their leaves upon the firmament's reflection, to descend eternally beneath the dream's water and into the moon."
Sous l'eau du songe qui s'élève, mon âme a peur, mon âme a peur. La lune est dans mon cœur, plongée dans les sources du rêve. Sous la nuit morne des roseaux, c'est le reflet profond des choses, des palmes et des roses. Perds ton cœur au fond des eaux. Les fleurs s'effeuillent une à une sur le reflet du firmament. Pour descendre éternellement sous l'eau du songe et dans
The final piece that's going to conclude our collection tonight is Retour, written in 1912, which translates roughly to The Return. This piece was written in the final summer, right before she would have won the Grand Prix de Rome, when she was just 16 years old. This piece, along with a nocturne for flute and piano, was one of the only pieces she composed that summer that was not for the upcoming competition. This one was written solely for her own enjoyment. This is perhaps the piece that most reveals her the piece tonight that most reveals her admiration of Claude Debussy. You'll hear a Debussy motif played in the right hand of the piano before the voice comes in, and it's repeated throughout the piece. Like all of Boulanger's pieces that we've heard thus far, the song has a moving sadness and the mystical quality of impressionism we've come to expect. Though written in 1912, this piece would not be published until the year after Lili's death in 1919. The lyrics of this one are as follows. This one is less imagery, actually it's all imagery, less emotions painting. Ulysses sets out, sails to the wind, towards Ithaca on beloved waves, which rise and fall and sway. Before the open sea of his heart, the vast ocean, where his eyes follow the white birds, scatters the distance, Preston's jewels. Ulysses sets out, sails to the wind, towards Ithaca on beloved waves, which rise and fall and sway. Leaning with serious gaze and beating heart on the golden prow of his boat, he laughs at his anger when black waves threaten. For yonder his dear, devout, and proud son awaits, after astounding victories, his triumphant father. He dreams with serious gaze and beating heart by the golden prow of his boat. Ulysses sets out, sails to the wind, towards Ithaca on beloved waves, which rise and fall and sway. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending my presentation on Miss Lili Boulanger. I'd like to give a special thank you to Professor Brady McElligott for playing the piano for me today. And a thank you to you, to the audience, for coming to listen. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Thank you.